Hello. So I want to show you my new 3D engine. So it's made in DirectX 11. So I started learning that. I've been a little bit out of date on DirectX. So I'm just doing a small multiplayer game here. So as you see, I'm spawning. So there's the client server logic in there, but there's no way to connect other players yet. So I've spawned. So basically that's the map. Uh, Yeah. So the map is basically just a little arena like that, and there's a big boss in the middle. And if I go too far, then I will get a warning and get destroyed, battlefield style. So yeah, so the maps, the models are basically made in a 3D program like Blender and exported into FBX format, which is pretty much the standard. And then my engine I have content processor, so I'm going to process the FBX using the FBX SDK, and I'm going to transform that into my own format. So what's loaded into the game, it's a ready format because FBX is not ready. Like you have to compile your normal and stuff. Uh, yeah, then the textures I use Photoshop. That's my program of choice. Some textures I've took on the internet, so I'm not caring about license right now. This is just to make it work. Obviously, those textures will all go away. I just Google, sand texture and put it in. So maybe this is not owned. I'm not, maybe I don't have the right to use that, but whatever. I'm never going to ship with those things anyway. After that, I got I don't get shadow yet. So I will do that. It's not important for now. I just want to get the gameplay first. I have basic inputs using direct input 8. And then I got some odd. Uh, so I'm doing kind of the halo helmet effect. You have probably noticed. So it's kind of cool. It's a cool effect to have. I'm going to add maybe more like picture distortion effects to this. Very lightly, but then when you get it, because you're basically controlling a robot, which is an avatar, let's say like the drones the US are controlling, for example. So basically your health is bottom left here. It's called avatar connectivity. So the more you get it, uh, this will go down, and then the screen will distortion a little bit more, like, and then your auto heal, basically like Call of Duty. Everything is like that now. It's going to be the connection getting better. So yeah, I think it makes sense. Top left is going to be my jetpack energy. Uh, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. And then top right is the bus, the thing we're finding here. And bottom right is going to be for weapon stuff, pretty standard. So I try to keep the layout standard to most games, where weapons, ammo, bottom right, health, bottom left, uh, and the top for other stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I pretty like my new engine. I have cool shaders, so I can in Blender or in 3ds Max or whatever, you can vertex paint. So by doing this, I can say in my shader, I can say wherever I paint red is going to be dirt, wherever I paint black is going to be sand, and whatever. And I can apply that on all my models and decide which textures those models are going to blend. So for example, here I've blended the bottom with sand, so the rock feels more in place. There's not that huge line. Like if I go in the shadow, there's that huge line here, and it just looks bad. With the shadow here, it's going to look good. I don't have it yet, but in the light, you can see it blends well. And you can see right now, but on top of the rocks like that, I have also sands on it, that just accumulated, and it's the same principle. I just paint it, and then my shaders do magic. The sky is a shader also. As you can see, it starts from bright at the bottom at the horizon and darker at the top. So it's basically an hemisphere with a UV map, and I don't use texture on it at all. I just, a gradient directly into the shader. The clouds, it's a strip of cloud. So I've took different cloud textures from the internet and I've created a strip with it in Photoshop, and that's basically what you see with a spatial shader added to it. So here is I have the sun in my back, so it's really bright, and here I don't have the sun yet, but the sun is here. Clouds are a little bit darker because you see them from the back basically, so they're backlit. So my shader take care of this. So it's pretty cool. And I added a fog shader for the mountains in the back. Might be hard to see a little bit. So that's pretty much it. I think that's it for special effects. Next, I'm going to ramp up the gameplay a little bit. Right now, I don't have collisions. I can go through stuff. I'm going to use probably jiglib. It's a free library in the style of Box2D, but for 3D. What I like about it is it's very simple, so I don't have to start, learning physics or AVOC or whatever, and they're really hard to use and stuff. Jiglib is really simple. I'm not going to do crazy ragdoll physics or whatever, so it doesn't matter. I just want collisions to work. I can do my velocity myself and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So I'll have more for you probably next weekend. Alright, ciao.